as I mentioned in class, we want to like revolve around this dark line, which is the origin of the axis. It's either the z or the y-axis. So under Create, I'm going to use the CV tool here, and I'm going to snap to the grid, build the base of the lamp, and probably don't need this many points, but for the demonstration I'm going quickly. And if you wanted to modify the shape, you take the mouse just like you would over any other object in Maya and right click, and you'll modify the control vertices. So I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit, and now I'm going to revolve this object. So get this a little bit more refined. A little closer to the origin. Okay, that should be fine for demonstration purposes. So let's take this. We need to go into surfaces, and then under surfaces we can go revolve. And one of the things that I've done recently is I've made the Z the dominant up axis. For you guys, the default will be Y, but I just noticed that I was modeling for a different program, so it's just so the default still should work. The base of the lamp looks a little wide, and since we do still have the construction history, I'm going to move that in a little bit. And this just out a tiny bit. And so once we're done with all that, we can delete the history from everything. It's going to be the last object I model for this assignment. So delete all by type under Edit. So now that's all set. I'm going to scale this so that it's proportional to the lamp that I built. I'm going to untemplate the walls. Actually, I'll leave the walls templated. I'll also show you how to align all of your objects in a future lecture. So we've got a couch and an end table and a lamp. So I'm going to create 3 quick lights, or 2 quick lights, spotlight, and I'm going to hit the 7 key to visualize lighting in Maya. I'm going to untemplate the walls. I'm going to go to the attribute editor, and I'm going to increase the cone angle of this light so that you should be getting a pretty good sized cone covering most of this room. Also, if I wanted to, I could visualize what it would look like with shadows. So I would need to turn the shadows on in the visualization, and then I also, very importantly, need to turn on shadows on the light. So, and I mentioned in class we're going to use depth map shadows and also increase the filter size to like 3 or 4, and then also change the penumbra angle, which is the sharpness of that light source, so that you can start to see a little bit of softness there. Okay, so now, let's just say that we're good in terms of this. We would create a camera. To look through that camera, I'll go under Panels, Perspective, Camera 1. So now I'm looking through that specific camera. I'm going to set a keyframe on that camera once I've got my scene all framed up the way I like it. So let's say that this is the way I want my scene. I need to make sure my camera is selected. I'm going to select the camera. You can see the camera selected. I'm going to hit S to set a keyframe. I could pull back my user interface range slider, and I could see that in the time slider there's a red hash mark where I set that keyframe. So if I wanted to set it up my scene to render, two different perspectives, now I have a keyframe set in perspective 1 and perspective 2. So when I'm ready to render the scene, I'm going to set up my render. So under Windows, Rendering Editors, Render Settings, I'm going to specify that I want under Quality, Production Quality, and under Resolution, I want at least HD 720, which is 1280 by 720, which is in fact the exact resolution I'm doing this video recording in. So we're going to close this and let's render an image. So we've got some weird, some interesting artifacts that are going on here. And that could be, it's probably from the light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the light, increase the resolution and the light a little bit, and I'm going to increase the filter size. I'm going to move the time slider, and that will snap me back to the exact same position. Try re-rendering. And it looks like that's solving the problem. We've got nice soft shadows, and got a little bit of banding, but that should be fine for this first assignment. I'll show how to get rid of that in future assignments. Should be able to. So we can save this file. First we will want to make a project, set up a project folder. So we want to save the scene. I'm going to save the scene in the project that we're going to create. So first we're going to pull up the project window. Say new project, project 1 with my last name, and I'm going to hit accept. And I'm going to save my Maya file. So I'm hitting Control S, and this is project 1 wire Foster. And then I'm going to save my render. So under File, Save Image, Image Foster 1, and the file type I'm going to set to JPEG. And so then I'll go in and go to where those files are saved. So those are under the Documents, Maya, Projects. Here's Project 1 Foster. And really for this, as I mentioned in class, really all I'm interested in is this folder and this folder. So source, actually it's the images folder, that's where I rendered the image, and the scenes folder where I have the wire file. So really it's just images and scenes. All the other folders, I'd be very happy if you deleted those before you handed in the folder. So images and scenes. And now you can go in and zip up this folder. If you're using a PC, you can say send to compressed zip folder. And there we go. So if you have any other questions, send me an email. Otherwise, I'll look forward to seeing your your wonderful models and in class. So